Is that time again?
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Wisdom in Golf, Golf WRX. This is the Perfect Imperfections podcast with Munashe, Savannah, and yours truly, Sean. And this week is release week.
Right.
And we've got a video up right now that I couldn't be more proud of. I mean, you got to turn the sound up too, because you're going to see Moo absolutely smash one in the first few seconds while I'm chit-chatting away, and then I break to Moo. So not too loud because it really comes through. It's amazing.
Yeah, the acoustics here are pretty good.
The acoustics are really good.
Well, and just your power's really good.
That's it. And then you see a nice 150 mile an hour club speed flash with 206 ball speed.
Yeah, the efficiency was not great on that shot, but the speed.
Well, exactly. And that's an off-center hit.
Yeah.
So off-center hits are well over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And your on-center hits are now what? What's your top ball speed so far?
215.
215 people. Yeah. And I just saw Kyle Berkshire put up a video, and his club speed was 155 point something.
Yeah. So
he was mighty proud of it.
Yeah, because it's not easy to hit center face with the whippy shaft that he was using in the video.
Oh, is he going to a whippy shaft as well, like Martin?
Most guys, it's not whippy, but it's a softer stiffness.
Well, Martin Borgmeyer is saying it's a soft ladies flex.
Yeah, he's
There's a few of them who have that.
Yeah, there's a few of them who have a softer shaft, and obviously you get a bit more speed, obviously with that kick. And
if you load it at the right place,
exactly.
Yes,
so
right?
You got to train with that a lot to kind of get the reps in. And he's a guy that's pulling a lot of reps to be able to maximize.
Man, that's a long way from the Jason Zuback days at Triple X shaft.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so far removed from that.
But I mean, like when they're constantly trying to get to this next level, they're gonna try everything.
Yeah.
To see what is going to give them the edge,
I'm still of the opinion that, every individual has an optimal load of their kinetic chain. So for throwing footballs or, sending javelins or things like that, that kinetic chain has a very specific linkage to it. And you're only as good as your weakest link in that kinetic chain. So if everything's firing beautifully, but you feel that you've got to modify your response, which is a reflex action, right? Your central nervous system works at 40 million bits of information per second. And your conscious mind only works at 40 bits per second. So how are you supposed to control and get the timing? Obviously, it takes a lot of practice, and you eventually are able to time it. But is that going against your natural rhythm? So we are of the opinion that, too much force is the enemy of your swing. Too much manipulation is the enemy of your swing. So you want to be able to feel like, okay, I'm going that way, and I'm just going to witness momentum, build up my kinetic chain, and when that kinetic chain fires, it's going that way, come heck or high water. So that's where I believe that you guys are going to do the most damage. I think because look at where you are, Moo. Your second year, and you're breaking through 150 miles an hour consistently now.
Yeah.
Sav is nipping at the 120s.
Trying to get there.
Yeah. Well, look, I would have been ecstatic had you made it to 112 on a consistent basis, and you've just blown right by that, and you're at 116.
Yeah, when I'm humming on all cylinders. Yeah. But it was cool because in that session, it wasn't just one swing at 116; it was multiple.
Yes.
And I was like, I can get more,
yeah.
kind of thing. But hopefully,
it's pushing through that barrier, right, Moo?
Yeah. It's pushing the baseline, yeah.
In the lessons I had this morning, one of the students oftentimes I'll have them remove their trail hand. He's a right-handed player, so I had him remove his right hand. And he had his left hand on the club, and I put my hand on top of his. And I say, okay, relax that left arm, and then listen to my hand and feel how we're going to let the weight of the club release my hand over your hand. Mm-hmm. And then we make the snap, and his eyes lit up like dinner plates. Mm-hmm. He says, it's that fast? Mm-hmm. So the yielding process of that lead hand, remember you, Moo, when you're in that learning process.
Yeah,
the release wasn't there yet, and we had that super strong grip with a super closed face just for you to stay on the planet.
Yeah.
And then the release starts kicking in, and you start snap hooking everything in sight, and I'm just dancing, right? There's the choir singing.
Yeah.
And I could see that engagement occur, and I said, okay, now all we have to do is back off the club face a little bit until that ball straightens out.
Right.
And that's when you were 3 clubs longer than me.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as that release started to kick in.
Yeah.
And then the legs started turbocharging that, and that was it.
Yeah.
You left me in the dust. Mm-hmm. So now you've built on that, and you went from 115 where I was to 120 to 125 to 130, and that was gone, and now you're at 150.
Yeah.
It's like, Sav, that's 40 miles an hour faster than what we're doing.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah.
So kudos to you on that. And when my student really realized that, that's where the yielding process is. And in our video this week, we have like an infallible drill that all of you have to try. And it's ridiculously easy to perform. And that's what you guys are going to be, because you guys are heading down to Hope Sound. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be landing in Orlando. Because we have a direct flight into Orlando. We rent a car from over there. And there's going to be 8 lucky individuals that are going to get an amazing clinic from the 2 of you. And you're going to be showing them this speed training protocol. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter where you meet them, because as soon as they feel that this yielding process at their own pace,
right,
we've already added 15 to 30 yards of distance.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a huge workout.
Right.
It's just getting that.
You meet them where they are.
Yeah.
And that's typically been the difference between at the ball and steer, place, hang on, guide versus snap, abandon, let it release, get out of its way. So there's obviously a conscious awareness, if you will, of how that lead hand gets out of the way. Yeah. But once it really starts getting out of the way and you got that sword humming with that trail hand, then, that's where we start seeing some serious speed.
Right.
And Sav's, because of her super strong grip, you'll see it in the video, like the thumbnail does not represent that release. The thumbnail is where both of your arms are in full extension, and the frame after that is where that lead arm folds and removes itself from the way. And at the end of the swing, from down the line, I show where Sav has finally done that full release, and it is exactly the way it should be. It is exactly anatomically sound. And yours is like... it's just like, it's so breezy, Moo. Like 150 miles an hour, you didn't, spin out, fall out of position. It's just like beautiful finish, matter of fact. Here it is.
Yeah, I've been working on making it look easy, making it feel easy, right? And that's where you want to stay healthy and be in the. Because long drive, it's like it's easy to blow your back out or And
you look at what happened to Bryson. Mm-hmm. He had a hip injury, and he blew out his hamate bone in his hand.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is a lesson that he could learn from Kyle Berkshire. If you look at Kyle's hands, they're super strong. Kyle has your grip, Sav. And that's where I highly recommend. And you'll see a lot of the upcoming players on the I can't remember his name, but on the Corn Ferry Tour, a couple of guys have been showing up in the top 10, and both of them, like no names from before, both of them have super strong grips, like ridiculously strong grips. And so that's your access to the target. That's your access to deep out there. And that's where you get that full release. So you'll see in our Instagram now, because now we figured something out, right, with social media. So we're going to do a theme every week. This week is release week. And so on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. You're going to see on Facebook, you're going to see every day a different video on that. And within that, if we see other videos that correspond to that, we're going to pop them in. So I popped one in this morning of you, Moo, that famous 150-yard shot that sounded amazing. And it wasn't even in the center of the face. It was close, but it wasn't
150 mile an hour shot.
150 mile an hour shot.
You said yard.
Oh, sorry.
That's insulting.
That's insulting. And so, and then we're going to put yours at 116 miles an hour. See, I said that okay, didn't I? All right. And then we're going to post, I'll be posting our second video today, our third video probably this evening, because I got to catch up. I missed it yesterday. Okay. I wasn't in the habit. Did you post a YouTube short today?
They're all lined up now. They should be set till the 8th.
Oh, so you already planned them out?
Oh yeah. So
can you do that on Instagram?
I wish you could, but I don't know if you can. I'm sure.
I think they've.
You can't schedule them.
I think they've introduced that feature, but only to a certain
population
group of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not everybody.
Ideally, that would be nice. I think there's an app that you can.
It's nice to be able to schedule them in advance, and that way you don't do like me and have a brain fart.
Yeah. You gotta set a reminder on your phone or something.
That's it. Well, these are busy times. What can I tell you? I'm in full-time management mode.
We're doing our best.
Yes.
That's all we can do.
That's it. Yeah. So what else is going on? So you guys are heading to Hope Sound.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got this fabulous clinic. It's on Thursday, April 13th.
Okay.
It's going to be at Claremont National Golf Club, and that's one of our very own Jimmy Stewart, the Jimmy Stewart of golf, of course. Jimmy is a lifelong PGA member. He has a couple of wonderful facilities out on the West Coast, and he and his son just bought this facility in Orlando, and it's the most elevated area of Orlando.
So it's got a nice view in here.
Oh my gosh, it's got a panoramic view of Orlando, and I didn't know that existed.
Right.
So Claremont, Mont is hill or mountain, and so that's CLERMONT national.com. Check it out. They have this gorgeous top tracer range that just opened, and then the golf course is next. And the layout is fantastic. It's one of the best layouts in the area. And so they had to completely re-turf it. So it's in the process of being reshaped and reseeded. And they couldn't have a better person at the helm of this thing. So they got the restaurant and the top tracer range going, and the beautifully lit range with all these beautiful different colors, for evening and nighttime golf. So it opens at 9:30 in the morning and closes at 10:30 at night. So it's a very nice, enchanted. You guys are going to love it when you see it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So brand new golf balls, brand new top tracer, brand new mats, brand new range. You guys got to go check it out. And then from there, the two of you hop in the vehicle and head down to Hope Sound. And we've got, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, some action for the both of you that week.
Yeah, so the scheduling can be a little different from what Mesquite was. There's a lot more players in this one, 64 instead of 48.
Yeah.
And the structure is going to be a little different. They're going to have like the semifinals in the early in the day, and then ladies, and then later at night they'll have the main event, the finals.
That's on Sunday.
That's on Sunday.
Yeah, you guys have like 3-day qualifying stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many of you.
Yeah,
and then
the volume, the demand is clearly higher. I think people like the venue at the Hope Sound. It was pretty cool being in the polo field.
Yeah, it's the Hope Sound Polo Club.
Yeah.
And so they're using, stacked up polo fields.
Yeah.
And how wide is it was pretty wide, the grid?
60, I'll say about 60 yards.
60 yards wide?
It's healthy.
It's a healthy size, yeah.
But it doesn't have the same amount of roll. It doesn't roll very much because the turf is...
it's lush.
It's lush,
It's lush
and you're gonna have some odd bounces, depending on if it falls in a hoof mark.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's going to be a little bit of the luck of the Irish in there.
Yeah, it's depending upon carry.
I think we better find a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah,
right, and a horseshoe. Bring a horseshoe with you.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the weather conditions are going to be because they play a huge factor on the ball over there. If it's dewy, it won't carry as far or goes far.
It's too humid.
If it's too humid, and then in the afternoon when it gets pretty windy, it gets interesting.
Where is it facing? Is it facing east-west?
It's facing away from the water.
Away from the water, so it's facing west.
Yeah.
So if you've got a breeze coming off the ocean, it could be slightly downwind.
Yeah.
That's the setup. Yeah,
that's usually the setup, right?
Yeah. That's how they work with that.
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually do some research on what the weather's gonna be like.
Yeah, you'll need the weather patterns big time.
Yeah.
So as golf professionals, especially when you have to deal with a lot of the outdoors, we're basically amateur meteorologists.
Yeah, that's it.
Right? Yeah.
My wife,
obsessed with the weather.
I drive my wife nuts on that. She says,
you
you why do you want to learn about honey, it's like it's a routine. Mm-hmm. I need to know, So I mean, I'm on the Weather Channel every day. Yeah. Even in the winter. Am I going to shovel snow today or not? Yeah. Right?
Oh man.
So I'm really looking forward to that event for you guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It was a really, really good start. And so, Moo, at this time last year, because, we're going to be comparing your performance to last year.
Yeah.
And you almost made the top 16 last year.
Yeah, I got in the groove of how the competitive nature of the sport plays out. That's a part you kind of have to also figure out. Like, it's one thing just hitting the ball in the grid. But then once you start to figure out, like, okay, I got to stay alive, to push on the next level, that's where it's like, it's how it works.
That competitive edge comes
The competitive
out.
edge is like, okay, I got to get my ball out there, but also get some good distance. And once I got a feel of, because I was in the elimination bracket.
Yeah.
And, like, if you lose, you're out.
Yeah.
So I was in the round where I was, like, progressing. I was getting close to kind of make it to the top 16, and I kind of got a taste of.
You missed a bunch by so little last year.
Yeah, so that's the part. It's like I want to make sure that never happens again.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm doing my best to kind of gain more distance.
So what was your club speed at this time last year?
Oh, it was like I was maxing out at 143.
Maxing out 143. So we got 10 more miles an hour.
Yeah, that's it. So 10 more miles per hour was
and you had one that carried about 375 in Hope Sound last year.
Yeah. And then like they were mostly averaging out like 360, once I was trying to kind of keep it together.
So your goal this year is just to have better performances than last year.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just be better.
And wherever the cards fall.
Yeah, just be faster and just win your sets. It's all you can control.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So it keeps the pressure light.
Yeah.
I know you want to do well, but I mean, bottom line is that if you're improving, which you are, I mean, it's 10 more miles an hour. That's a major improvement.
It's a huge one, especially with the facility we have here. It's been very helpful to be able to train consistently and get the reps in, because that's a part that if you don't get reps in, you're not going to get better at all.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Katalsyt suit is going to bring on. I mean, Sav just had her first 2 workouts with her suit. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of shits and giggles.
Yeah, there's a lot of stimulation. Like, there's a lot of information being thrown at you all at once. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like...
Just watching her and her eyes and her reactions, and it's just like that was very entertaining.
Total overload, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sore today?
Yeah, my legs are a little fatigued. They're not sore; it's like fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is like a different sensation than what I'm used to.
Right. You can definitely, obviously, play around with it in the next workout and see which level you can push it at. Because you can definitely, your muscles adapt pretty fast, as you'll find. Because that's where I've discovered, like, your muscle habituation goes up a lot better, a lot faster, and you can pretty much push the meter on the EMS hertz that you have on the machine.
Yeah, because I was following like the intensity of the workout and how it like increases with every rep. At one point, I was like, "Whoa,
can this body handle that?"
Yeah,
right?
I was like, "Okay, let me just
can we
cruise
put this
at
on
this
pause
for a
right
second."
now? Yeah. And then you realize, no, I can take it, no problem.
Yeah,
it's
just the brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a mental
being
thing.
timid, and it's like, oh, I don't know. Are you sure about this? You know?
Self-preservation mode, right?
Yeah.
It's in self-preservation mode.
Yeah.
And I found, I mean, just yesterday, I noticed a little bit of a size difference with you, Moo. I think you got a little bit more muscle.
Yeah, I do feel it. It definitely has impacted body composition already too.
Yeah,
especially with the combo I'm doing. So I have a system already been playing around. So I do 3 sessions in the gym, then 2 sessions with the suit.
Yeah.
1 session is just power, and 1 session is just HIIT training, which is just pretty much trying to maintain cardiovascular efficiency on the muscle.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that's kind of helping my body respond a lot easier to the demands of the suit. But also my workouts in the gym are breeze now in terms of in terms of movement pattern. Like, I can do an extra rep, just to
really.
Yeah, so it's definitely.
So it's like a muscle prep.
A muscle prep, but also muscle enhancement. So it's like you recruit more muscles doing the exercise becomes a lot easier, as like bench press or.
That's one thing I've noticed is like, man, I've never felt those muscles before in my upper back and my shoulders.
Right.
Even my lower back, my QL joint is not seizing up.
Yeah.
In the evening anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be different for everybody.
I used to, when I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it would seize up. Mm-hmm. Now I notice that after my workout, if I do an evening workout, I don't get up to go in the bathroom anymore.
Oh, your body is completely.
It's like I sleep 7 hours straight.
Right.
I mean, my sleep pattern has been amazing.
It's good.
And if I do get up, I don't seize up. That QL doesn't. It's like,
I get you.
Leave me alone already, right?
Yeah.
And so those are the pluses that I find right out of the gate, and I do feel like when I'm doing certain demonstrations to my students, and I'm going, okay, see, the center is my shoulder, and I put my hand on my shoulder. I'm going, hey, the shoulder's bigger.
Yeah, so the body composition is
and I'm going, hey, that's bigger than last time I touched my shoulder.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm going, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you've been starting to take some supplements too, right? The amino acids.
Thanks to you, man. I had a bad session in Dominican, and I got dehydrated.
Yeah,
that's the first time that's ever happened to me, being dehydrated.
Yeah,
and it was like, that sent me for a wicked loop. Don't do that. Make sure you're hydrated, people.
Yeah, that's what they always say in the workouts. Make sure you hydrate right after the workout.
Yes, I learned that firsthand. But in general, because I go down. I mean, we were out all day on Sunday. It's I go from a winter setting to like it's 90 degrees out.
That's right.
And I noticed
you're not good at hydrating to start with.
Exactly.
And then you fast.
Yes.
And you don't replenish your body properly.
Correct.
So
Daddy was a big fat rookie on that one.
Yep.
And that won't ever happen again, people. So when I got back here, Moo taught me how to, this is a pre-workout hydration, this post-workout hydration. You do that right away before you do anything else. And I felt amazing after my last, so I had a couple of really good workouts and a really good recovery session since I got back.
How are you finding the amino acids in terms of supplementation?
Oh, I feel a difference.
Yeah, you feel a difference.
Yeah, I feel a difference. I mean, I haven't been this well hydrated ever.
Yeah, that's good.
Like ever.
Yeah.
So that's I finally learned how that works.
It's good.
And I won't take it for granted ever again. I promise.
That's
right? Because I know you guys were a little worried, and my hosts in Dominican were very worried, and so as soon as I got to the hospital and they gave me an IV, that was it. I mean, I was perfect.
That's good. Yeah.
So it was interesting.
Yeah.
So, but everybody was very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area to be, and you're by the ocean, the colors of the ocean. You're having a great time with your friends all day, and you realize, okay, you can't forget to drink.
Yeah.
So that's
it's pretty simple there. Yeah.
So what else is going on, people?
Not much.
Apart from we've learned how to move forward through the soreness.
Right, that's it. Yeah, and we're going to be having a meeting with Bjorn on the 18th of April.
Yeah, so don't miss that. We're going to have the head of Katalsyt in our podcast.
Yeah, we'll pick his mind of how the system works for everybody, and what they're seeing from the field, from the research.
He's got an amazing personal story about that too.
Exactly. Yeah.
The history of this technology is very rich.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a fly by night and it's just started and we're guinea pigs, right? This is like extremely well researched.
I'm a little ticked that I didn't know about this.
It's 50 years old.
Yeah, and I'm a little ticked that I didn't know about this because
aren't you?
Yeah, it would have been nice to have had this.
It's just it wasn't readily available, and especially for like personal use.
Yeah,
it wasn't being sold.
I just found out there's a studio in Quebec City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where it's a wired suit.
That's right, and you need the monitor.
You need the monitor, and you need the instructor, and you got to get out of your way and go in there, and they got to dress you up.
Right.
Whereas I got the suit hanging in my closet. I put it on, put the wet the pads, and I'm ready to go in 5 minutes.
It's amazing. Yeah.
20 minutes later, I'm done, and so the whole process is 45 minutes in your home.
Yeah, and it's some
Max.
10 minutes workouts that are easy to do too.
Come on, it's insane.
Yeah, it's quite the hack.
And Sherwood, I had one of our students, Sherwood. He got a suit as well. He says, man, he's a hockey coach.
Right.
He's played sports his whole life. He's like a gym rat.
Yeah.
He says, I don't get this kind of results and this kind of response
in the workouts that he does.
Ever. I've never had this kind of response from my body. It's just like, this is beyond my expectations. Right. So every one of our students that have bought the suit so far, we've had a dozen, and everybody is blown away. Yeah, blown away. Just like me, like I'm blown away.
I'm still blown away too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so the next, I would say safe to say, because our routine is already going. Yeah. Would you say like the two of you are going to be stopping those workouts about a week prior?
To what?
To leaving for Hope Sound? Or would you be doing recovery sessions in the suit?
I'll be doing recovery sessions, but with a mix of power, kind of maintain. Power is very safe. It's not going to be too taxing on the body. I'm finding that especially with supplementation, it kind of mitigates recovery speed, right? So
you've gone a little bit deeper into it than me. That's for sure.
Yeah. So because of how effective it is for the muscle efficiency. Yeah. Like the activation, but then also the recovery part, it'll be a lot easier to kind of compete in any state that I'll be pushing through.
And what would you say for Sav?
For Sav, it'll be right now. I'm gonna play by ear because she has a huge learning curve with the suit to experience, kind of see how she feels with her body about it. Yeah, I'm gonna let her dictate what
I think.
She's finding it.
I think between Hobe Sound and Colorado is where you're really going to put a dent in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll have the time to do that, and so and all of you who are West Coast, just north of Denver, at the Bigfoot Sod Farm. Yeah. And that's in LaSalle, Colorado. That's where the next event's going to be in June. Yeah. for the World Long Drive. And both Sav and Moo are going to be heading out there. And we're talking to a few of our students in that area right now. We're getting a location put together. So for any of you who are looking forward to, or you're in that area and you want to find out more information about it, send us an email. Just go info@wisdomingolf.com. Also for Moo's speed protocol. Because, I mean, now, listen, I'm sorry, this shit works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, okay?
Yeah.
And if you're not doing what we're doing, I don't think that you're capitalizing on your capabilities as a golfer. Mm-hmm. And whether you're doing speed protocol with anyone, you're meeting them where they are. You're essentially teaching them what I teach.
Right.
It's simple, you know. It's wisdom in golf. But now there's a structure to building that speed without injury, without getting hurt.
Or changing your swing.
Changing, that's it.
A lot of people get worried about it. It's going to mess up their swing.
Well, no, it's only going to enhance the bejesus out of swing.
Yeah, you actually start using your anatomy correctly.
Yeah, and the proof is Bryson. Mm-hmm. Bryson's technique has improved 1,000% since he's gone to speed training because he's had to listen to his body.
Right.
And, you know, his meteoric rise from where he was to winning U.S. Open, to winning the Bay Hill, to, you know, to where his reputation has taken him is just phenomenal. So you look at his swing right now, apart from his grip, which I think is still something that he needs to address. It's our swing. It really is. And so you look at Jack Nicklaus, Sam Snead, Bobby Jones. Those are the movement patterns that you're going to see. And then, you know, take that and use our multiplication code that you'll see through Munashi's website. So make sure you go see. You click on. So on our website at wisdomingolf.com, you'll see Moo at the top for Wisdom and Movement. Go see that, and he's got this amazing, you know, system that he'll follow you one-on-one online, or you can do it yourself. He's got, I mean, how many videos? It's like these are like 20-second clips of the exercises?
No.
How does it work?
It's the speed training is directly personal one-on-one with Moo.
Yeah, so I build this framework of where you're at, and then I design the speed sessions based off the level you're at, and also based off the goals you have for your club at speed. Ideally, I would like to have you to have a launch monitor with you, or it's a Top Golf, right? So we can track the numbers you're producing, and then each session we build on that, and you should see a 2% increase within 2 weeks, which is significant from where you imagine. Yeah,
the speed training is different from all the other stuff that you offer.
Yeah, it's a lot different. From a strength conditioning standpoint, there are 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month programs with videos with them, so that you can follow along to kind of get a baseline to build the necessary strength and core strength that you need to.
That's right. That's right. Just to have a healthy kinetic chain, so everything is well balanced.
Exactly.
So you lay down the framework, and then you add the speed training protocol on top of that, or you build them simultaneously.
Yeah, you build them simultaneously. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, all right. So this is release week, everyone. Enjoy our social media expose and our YouTube full-length video on that. And we can't wait to talk to you next week. Next week is going to be
side bend and tilt.
That's it. The side bend and tilt week. So why is it so important? How do you maintain it? How do you revolve around it? I mean, it's going to be an absolute, full week on that, and we're going to have an amazing podcast on that as well. So stay tuned. All the best.
Take care.